Hello students of class 12, welcome to the online tutorial classes for Vidya Bhavan High Secondary School. This video is for nutrition students of class 12. The chapter that I will continue today is the malnutrition, and this video is part 2 from this chapter. Okay, so first I'm going to discuss about the undernutrition and the overnutrition that I've already discussed in the previous video, but in this video I will discuss about the undernutrition and the infection cycle. So there is a cyclic form of the undernutrition. Let me write it first, then you can understand it more. Okay, so here you can see if the weight loss occurs or growth faltering, you can say, it can lead to more, or here also the immunity response is also low. So here it can lead to the disease area of that person. Okay, the incidence of the disease became higher. Okay, so now from this disease, from this incidence of the frequent disease and the disorders and the severe problems and the long duration of the disease, it can also lead to the appetite loss, also the nutrient loss, okay, and altered metabolism. The metabolism system is also become altered, and this problem is related to the inadequate dietary intake. And this inadequate dietary intake can also lead to the weight loss. So it is a cyclic manner, you can say. You can start it from anywhere. Like if you started from this inadequate dietary intake, it will lead to the dietary weight loss and the growth faltering. It will create some disease, and like in intervals of the diseases and the regularity of the disease and the duration of the disease will increase. Then it will lead to the appetite loss or the nutrient loss, and then when the person have the appetite loss, they can't eat more. So the inadequate dietary intake will be seen. So it is a cyclic manner of it. Next, after that, I will discuss about one more thing. Okay, so I'm just removing this part. So intergenerational cycle of undernutrition, that means the low birth weight, if it is continued till the younger age, and after that if early pregnancy happens, so it will be a cyclic way. Like a pregnant mother who is undernourished can't give birth a proper physically fit children, and the physically non-fit children, when they are growing up, if they are girl, if the early pregnancy happens, so everywhere they are like not taking or not getting the ultimate goal of the nutrition. That means they became short in height, they are not taking the all growth possibilities, as well as they are not healthy enough. Still, when they are sometimes get pregnant in the early age, they also give birth to a malnourished child. So it continues. So they all are related manners. Okay, so after that I'm going to discuss one more thing, that is the third type of the malnutrition, that is imbalance. Okay, so imbalance means when the nutrients are not in balance. Like when we are taking the nutrients from our diet, if we can't take the all nutrients properly in their proper ratio, it is very important. The ratio maintaining is very important, because the nutrients have their interdependency. Like if we consume calcium but we can't consume vitamin D, then the calcium do not get absorbed in our body due to the deficiency of the the vitamin D and vice versa. And there are many kind of the things like potassium and sodium, like the calcium and the phosphorus. The calcium and the phosphorus should be in our body is 2:1, but if it is not okay, then it will be not doing their functions properly. So it is called the imbalance. Okay. So here each and every nutrient has a specific metabolic reactions, and each other nutrients so they are in the balance and has to be maintained among those nutrients. If there is a disproportion, then there might be metabolic error. That means like the ratio of calcium and phosphorus in infants should be 5:1, and the intake of calcium and phosphorus is low, the balance will be lost, and then they will not function properly, or they what is the target function, they can't do it properly. So we have to maintain all the nutrients according to their need as well as on their ratio, then it will work best. Okay, the final thing, the final or the fourth point of the types of the malnutrition is the specific deficiency. Specific deficiency. So here the word present, that means specific. Specific means there is something that is specifically, if it is deficient in our diet, then it can lead to the some disease or the malnutrition. So there are many kind of the things, mainly the nutrients, all like vitamins, minerals, and also somewhere protein and the carbohydrate too. But the carbohydrate loss is very uncommon, but the protein loss is common, as well as many vitamins and the minerals. Okay, so here many kind of this I can give you as example, like vitamin A deficiency that can lead to the night blindness. Vitamin C deficiency, scurvy, and many more. There are many vitamins deficiency and minerals deficiency diseases you learned in your class 11, and these all are coming in this type. Okay, so here the classification of the malnutrition based on intake, if I tell you as a summarized form, that means the overnutrition means excess of the nutrients. The undernutrition means inadequate nutrients or loss of the nutrients. Imbalance means disproportion. And finally, the specific deficiency means relative or absolute lack of the individual nutrients. So these are all. After that, in the next video, I will discuss about the factors which lead to the defective feeding. Till then, thank you.